Very good morning, students. Welcome to Gyanmajari Vidyapith Mahuva online digital platform. As you know, I am your science teacher Vatsal Trivedi. Today we are discussed about biology unit number 2, जिसके अंदर आज हम सबसे पहले डे 4 के रिलेटेड कुछ प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करेंगे. देन आफ्टर आज का हम टॉपिक स्टार्ट करेंगे. सो लेट्स स्टार्ट इट. So students, you can see in your screen that it is a practice question number 5.2 on your SB7. Question is that list the structure you have learnt so far. First is animal cell and second is plant cell. So in the animal cell, I write that the cell membranes, cytoplasm, nucleus and vacuoles. एंड इन सेल प्लांट सेल की बात करें तो यहाँ पे हम लोग लिखेंगे सेल वॉल जो फक्त प्लांट सेल के अंदर ही रहती है. देन सेल मेम्ब्रेन्स, साइटोप्लाज्म, न्यूक्लियस, वैक्यूल एंड द प्लास्टिड्स. Next, which part of the plant cell and the animal cell are not visible under the microscope and why? So the answer is the cell wall, the cell membranes and the nucleus are visible under the microscope. Other parts such as plastids, in case of a plant cell, vacuoles or the organelles are not visible under the microscope. Chromosomes inside the nuclei of the cell are also not visible under the microscope because they are very tiny and can be observed only when the cell divides. Then the next question is that onion do not have chloroplast. Why? Because onion do not have chloroplast because onion grow underground where there is no light, since the photosynthesis can take place in absence of light. So chloroplast containing chlorophyll are not required. So the shoots of onion plants have a chloroplast, but onions are not roots and they do not photosynthesize. फोटोसिंथेसाइज होने के लिए सनलाइट आवश्यक रहती है. Variation of number of cells in organisms. First, how many cells does not average human body consist of? So an average human body consists about the 30 trillion cell. हमारे अंदर 30 trillion cells होते हैं. So trillions यानी कि 1 million प्लस 1 बिलियन, जिसके अंदर 1 के बाद 9 टाइम्स 0 आता है. देन 1 ट्रिलियन यानी कि 1 के बाद 12 टाइम्स 0, और ये जो वैल्यू हम बनती है उसको हम कहते हैं ट्रिलियन. सो वी हैव 1 ट्रिलियन सेल्स इनसाइड आवर बॉडी. In a human body, there are approximately 6 million cells per square centimeter area. हमारे बॉडी के एक सेल के 1 सेंटीमीटर स्क्वायर के अंदर 6 मिलियन जितने सेल्स रहते हैं. ओके, हाउ मेनी सेल्स इज अ पेरामीशियम मेड अप ऑफ? सो पेरामीशियम इज मेड अप ऑफ ओनली वन सेल. यहाँ पे आप लोग देख सकते हैं पेरामीशियम इज अ वन टाइप ऑफ लिविंग organism, so it has only one cell. So we can classify the organisms based on the number of cells they have into. First is a unicellular organisms और second is a multicellular organisms. यूनि यानी कि वन, सेल्यूलर यानी कि जिसके अंदर वन सेल होता है, और ऑर्गेनिजम्स को हम तो मालूम है. सेम इट इज इन अ मल्टी सेल्यूलर यानी कि जिसके अंदर मल्टी सेल्यूलर की बात करें तो मल्टी सेल्यूलर यानी कि दो, एक या एक से ज्यादा सेल्स से बने हुए ऑर्गेनिजम्स को मल्टी सेल्यूलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स कहते हैं. फॉर एन एग्जांपल ह्यूमन बीइंग्स. सी फर्स्ट इज ए यूनिसेल्यूलर. यूनि यानी कि वन, सेल्यूला यानी कि सेल. यूनिसेल्यूलर ऑर्गेनिजम्स यानी कि ऑर्गेनिजम्स मेड अप ऑफ वन सेल. For an example, amoeba and the paramecium is a unicellular organism. Same it is in a multicellular. So multi यानी कि many, cellula એટલે cell, and the multicellular organisms यानी कि organisms made up of the many cell. For an example, horse, hen, tree, and we all are a multicellular organism. Now let's summarize. All living organisms are made up of cell, and organisms may be made up of one cell or of billions of cells. Here we can differentiate the both unicellular or multicellular organisms which are made of one cell are called unicellular organisms. For an example, amoeba and the paramecium is a unicellular organisms. Then organisms which are made up of the many cell called multicellular organisms. For an example, ants and plants. Now let's watch one video about the multicellular and the unicellular organisms.
We know that a cell is capable of performing all the functions of life. So, in a unicellular organism, which is made up of only one cell, the different parts in the cell, called organelles, perform all the functions of life. Multicellular organisms are made up of trillions of cells. How do you think these cells perform the different functions of life? In multicellular organisms, different functions of life are performed by different organ systems. Human beings have various organ systems, such as the respiratory system for respiration, the digestive system for digestion, the excretory system for excretion, and so on. These organ systems are made up of different organs. For example, the digestive system is made up of the mouth, the esophagus, the small intestine, the large intestine, and the anus. Each of these organs is further made up of tissues. Tissues are a group of similar cells which perform the same function. The cells that form different tissues are of different types. Each of these specialize in performing a specific function. For example, nerve cells are specialized to transmit signals, while the white blood cells present in blood are specialized to protect the body against infections. In summary, we saw how cells are organized in multicellular organisms. A group of similar cells work together to form tissues. Tissues perform a specific task. Multiple tissues combine to form organs, which can then individually perform a specific function. Different organs then work together as a part of an organ system to perform a specific function. For example, the mouth, stomach, and intestines work together to digest food in the digestive system. Finally, all the organ systems together make up the multicellular organism. We have learned that while a single cell performs all the basic functions of life in unicellular organisms. In multicellular organisms, organs and organ systems perform different functions.
Now, through this video, we are understood that the cell is made up. सेल में से क्या बनेगा? फर्स्ट सेल, नंबर्स ऑफ सेल्स कंबाइन होके टिश्यूज बनाएंगे, टिश्यूज में से कोई ऑर्गन बनेगा और वो ऑर्गन में से ऑर्गन सिस्टम बनती है और वो पर्टिकुलर फंक्शंस परफॉर्म करेगी. नाउ हियर लेट्स सॉल्व द प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन नंबर 6.2 and 6.3. प्रैक्टिस क्वेश्चन नंबर 6.2 एंड 6.3 के अंदर फर्स्ट हम सॉल्व करेंगे 6.2 on your SB8. Humans are made up of the trillion cell and the amoeba is made up of one cell. Do you think amoeba can perform the basic function of that? Women can give a reason. So the answer is that yes, amoeba can perform the basic functions that humans can because a cell is the basic functional unit of life. In humans, many similar types of the cell together form the specialized organ system for specific functions. For an example, the digestive system is responsible for a nutrition. In unicellular organisms like amoeba, a single cell performs all the functions like the digestion, respiration, excretion, etc. For an example, amoeba moves and acquires the food by the changing its shape and the developing false feet called pesopodia. The vacuole present in amoeba store and digest the food. Now the next question is 6.3. Is the following statement is correct? What is the statement? Let's see. Unicellular organisms do not respire. Only multicellular organisms respire. Explain your answer. So first I write that no, the statement is not correct. All unicellular and the multicellular organisms perform the basic function of life including the respiration because the cell is the basic functional unit of life. For an example, an amoeba, which is a unicellular organism, respire through the cell membranes. तो ये आंसर आप लोगों को लिखना है. We are stop here in today's lecture. If any types of doubt you have to ask anytime, I will definitely solve your doubt. So now, अभी के लिए stay happy, stay home. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Take care. Fun with science, enjoy the science, and remember that the all questions which we are solved in this video, you have to write in your fair book with the proper handwriting and click the photo and submit within a 3 p.m. So it is compulsory to all of you. So अभी के लिए bye bye. Take care.